Hi guys, welcome to another video in the Getting into MBA College video series. Today I will talk about gap years. Now in gap years, what really we will discuss today is firstly, what if you have gap years? How do you handle it in the interviews? And secondly, if you are planning for a gap year, what should you do really during that time to improve your profile? For everyone who is new, I am Chavi Gupta. I am in IIT Delhi and I am Ahmedabad Alim, and I was also the CAT 2017 100 percentiler. So, talking about CAT preparation, I have also got this particular question from a lot of students that the mocks are not out yet. How do we prepare for the examination? Well, An Academy has launched a fortnightly CAT questions kind of a combat, as they say it. The details, of course, are in description below. You'll find the first link. You can use my referral code, I think. Just use Chavi here. And check out the CAT questions that there are. It will just be helpful in your overall practice and will give you an idea of what the CAT questions could be like till the times the mocks are officially out. Now, moving on to the first element of our gap years section. Coming to the first question to answer, what if you have gap years? What do you do then? So, firstly, it does not matter when you are getting shortlisted whether or not you have gap years because it is a really objective metrics. It depends on your past academics and your work experience years. So, it does not matter how many gap years you have, whether you have it after 12th, after graduation, or whatever. Okay, so that is one. The second thing, how do you explain them in the interview in case they ask you? So, the idea that has always worked out for people is that they are generally honest. For example, if someone is preparing for UPSC and he or she did not work for 1 or 2 years, then they are very upfront about it during the interview that I was preparing for UPSC and I just could not join a job along with it. If someone is kind of trying to start something on their own or just trying or exploring something else, they are very upfront about that as well. And I think interviewers want to genuinely know that why is it that you have a gap year. That is why it is always advisable that when you have that particular gap year, you are at least doing something or at least showcasing a legitimate reason why you have taken that particular year. So, whatever your reason is, like, be very honest with yourself. Just know why is it that you took it. Was it because of COVID there were no jobs? And also identify what are the different things you did during your gap year. These might seem really, really small, but you can club all of that together and say that during my gap year, this was the overall experience that I was going through, even though I was not working. So that should be your idea during the interviews. Another part of it is that it's not always obvious that you will be asked about gap years also. Okay, you might be just asked about everything else that is there. And in case you want to know the interview questions, I had reenacted my I am Ahmedabad interview. The link, you can find it on this screen, and you should definitely watch it along with other personal interview preparation videos that I had created just to help you with the overall preparation of general questions that will be asked. Now, it is very, very likely that you will not be asked the gap year question, or you will be asked about it just in a passing manner, just like saying, what were you doing in the last 1 year? So, you can talk about everything that you have done, exactly like I said. Mention or jot everything that you were doing, write it down. Maybe you were creating a blog, maybe you were just learning some online courses. Whatever you were doing, just try to jot that down and ensure that you present it in a manner that the person in front, the interviewer, understands that the time you spent was not just whiled away or not just spent in preparing for the CAT exam, but you were also doing or preparing for something worthwhile, maybe improving your profile or just learning something new. So that is the overall context of what you should take in your mind when you are giving an interview if you have a gap year. Another point to this is that people get really, really nervous that, if we have a gap year, we will not really ever get selected into an IIM or something or the other. So that is also not true. We had plenty of people, I think, with gap years in our own batch and in many other batches. And most of the times we don't even realize that, they had gap years, because there's nothing that is inherently different, right? So it does not matter. Anyone who has got a really good percentile, who has been shortlisted for a call from IIM, is someone who actually deserves to be in that spot, right? So do not be nervous about it. Do not feel insecure. Do not feel like you do not probably deserve that particular seat. Be very confident. Prepare for the interview very, very well. And I think that you will just sail through. Okay. So good luck with everyone who is preparing for interviews. And even if you have gap years, you have nothing to worry about. That's sure. Coming to the second question of, if you are preparing for the CAT exam right now and suppose that you are going to have a gap year, what really you should do at this time? So for this, I have heard from a lot of people that does, doing online courses improve our profile, or will it help us? In general, I am not really pro online courses, and I have created a video on the same, that how much does online course or online certification help your profile. But if you feel that you are going to have a gap year, what are the other things that you can do? You can either volunteer in an NGO if possible, just go for a few hours, do something there. So that will kind of give you a social impact experience, as well as it is something that you have done for yourself. You will be kind of, your personality will be developing as well. Okay. The second thing you can do is that you can start kind of something on your own. It can be a channel, it can be an Instagram page, it can be a blog about anything that you are good at. If you're good at painting, you can do about that. If you're good at dancing, you can do about that. So that will be a collection of things that you were passionate about and you pursued them for a while. And that is something that is generally seen as a positive side in your profile. So that is the second thing you can do. The third thing then you can do is, definitely you can look out for these online courses, etc., especially if you are kind of sure what specialization you want in your MBA. Then you can probably do courses something similar to that. So that would mean, for example, if someone is in marketing, you can do digital marketing courses, and a few of them. The fourth thing you can do is, definitely you can find up some kind of internship. I know it's not easy, but today when everything is digital, I think that it's very much possible to get good internships. It might not really pay you so much, or I mean, not pay you at all at times, but I think that that kind of experience is something that will help you, and also you will be able to explain it later on in the interview. So overall, I think these are the four major things that you could do. Of course, you can, just maybe help out if you have a family business, etc. Those things are there. But these are the four major things that you can do during your gap year. And you can choose these things based on the amount of time you need for your CAT preparation as well, right? So anyone who is not getting a job or who does not want to pursue a job, please see that you do at least one of these four critical things. I think that I would rank it on the basis of probably NGO, internship, your own passion, and then the certifications. So probably would do it that way. Like, I mean that it is always better to do an internship or everything, apart from getting, rather than getting a certificate, right? So that is the crux. So if you are planning a gap year, I hope that this really helps you. And again, whenever you go into the interview, or if you feel that I might not be able to make it just because I'm taking a gap year, it does not work like that. It totally does not. Your shortlists are not defined by the number of gap years that you have. Your shortlist is only defined by your past academics and the work experience. And as soon as you are eligible an interview, you can watch the first part of the video wherein I've talked about what do you really talk about during your gap year conversation, during the interview. So I hope that this was of help, guys. And definitely, to stay connected, you can connect with me on the multiple social media links that are there. They are all in description. I'm most active on Instagram, on Telegram, and on LinkedIn. Posting quite a few interesting posts on LinkedIn nowadays. So in case you want to be a part of it, definitely would love to engage with you and interact with you. Also, I have live Q&A sessions every Saturday, 7 p.m. So let's also meet this Saturday at 7 p.m. to answer any of the queries that you would have. Feel free to join in and also subscribe for the notification. Okay, guys, that is it from my side. Bye bye and good luck.